Yeah, I mean the only thought was that I don't know how to reach fundamentals, right?
Okay.
Though I know somebody who spend the time to understand and read through all the financial books, per se, to
Right.
understand some fundamental, then he's against much of Tesla because he says it's an hyped company. It has had growth,
Uh-huh.
but the fundamentals in terms of revenue and the debt ratio and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
um, it is yeah, it's dicey.
Uh, it is overstretched for sure. I agree on that. So yeah, pullback can come anytime. But what I believe is, I think it is one of the most innovative company as of today. Like if we see Tesla as a car manufacturer, then we are missing a uh, big business, or big, like, we are misunderstanding Tesla. If someone looks Tesla as a car manufacturer, then they are not. I mean, that is their part of business, but it's more of a technology company. It's a tech company, and that's why market is giving it as a valuation of tech company. Um, yeah,
True,
like
true.
basically one of the biggest advantage with Tesla is they are vertically integrated. So even the seats that goes in Tesla, they made themselves, right? Whereas if you see with traditional car manufacturers, like, they have to rely on suppliers, right? And then they are missing a lot of profits there. Another biggest thing is, like, if you think of buying Tesla today, where will you go? You will go online, right? And you will order Tesla online, and your Tesla will, yeah, there is no showroom. Just imagine how much cost saving they are doing by not having showrooms that traditional car companies can't even think of. Like, tomorrow, if any big traditional car company, uh, Tesla changed the game, right? What I'm trying to say is, so if any big car company goes and say, okay, we will not have showrooms like what Tesla did, I'm not sure that, like, what will happen to their sales, because everyone wants to, like, still they trust, like, Toyota, Ford, all these companies are there for a long time. Still they want to test drive, but the people are buying Tesla without even test driving it. So that's the level of confidence that people, like consumers, have in Tesla. So it's a different brand.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, but if you look at the chart, like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's not sustainable. If you look at the chart and if you look at the technical parameters, it is not sustainable. But yeah, they are different. Tesla is different.
Yeah, there are a lot of good articles around Tesla, so yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. The battery technology, innovations of things coming together.
Even
I mean, there are a lot of videos of even how they build their factory, right? I mean, a
yeah,
factory
no,
floor for an automotive company cannot be white, but they they went with the white interiors for just the manufacturing flow, which is never seen the case. So yeah, I mean, just those small little things. So they,
yeah, because I think Elon talks about it in one of the video. Like, we want cleanest car. This is not a, like, this is more of a technology company. Like, they want to give a Silicon Valley feel rather than a traditional car company where you are dealing with a lot of oil and grease and everything is black, right? And
yeah,
then one of the biggest advantage is also, so they develop their own chip, like what Apple did. Like, Apple could have relied on traditional chip manufacturers, right? But Apple doesn't do that. They develop their own chip, the for the AI. And I'm not sure if you have seen this tweet from Elon on August 14th. uh, I think, and I think the battery day is coming up somewhere in September for Tesla. So I think all these events, and even they are planning robot taxis. So what Elon is waiting on is basically get enough fleet on the road, and then he wants to start basically robotaxi. So yeah, all these things will come. They have another model coming up, which is with like a smaller version, like a hatchback. Yeah, all of things lined up.
They are in SpaceX as well.
Yeah, the SpaceX is a big thing, right? I mean,
Yeah, but SpaceX is not a part of
the yeah overall
stock.
yeah.
Yeah, so those financials are not part of Tesla. But otherwise, if SpaceX is part of this, then this is easily $15,000 stock. Yeah, because
Yeah, their DNA is very strong. I mean, I would say that, from what you were saying.
yeah, and like if you see those three companies, like Boring Company, SpaceX, and Tesla, like if you see, like they are the big innovators right now in current market. Whereas big companies like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon, they have good business, but their business is stable, but they are not innovating new thing or new products in the market. But yeah, Amazon is still growing 20-30% per year. So I think Tesla's valuation. That's why people, even I was one of the fool. Okay, then like I was when Tesla dropped after Elon's tweet about 420 funding secured, and it fell up to I think 180. And I was watching it since 250, and I was like, okay, it will still go down. I didn't believe, because I was viewing Tesla as a automobile manufacturer, and that was my biggest mistake. Yeah, and then when I learned more things about it, now I'm a fan. So it's like, yeah. So I'm very hesitant to sell my Tesla stocks, though it's very overstretched. It is definitely overstretched. Like you can look at the graph, and even child can say like no stock can go like 400 to 1600 in less than 1 year, right? That's a 4 times.
Hmm.
But yeah, so it might correct, but I think if it will correct, I'll buy more. So you are talking to a fan, so I think you should not take advice from me. Yeah, but I'll send you. I'll post in the group one really nice video about the like analysis that someone did. Like if you, I think Suhit or someone was talking about fundamental analysis, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Post that video, go through it, and see. I think it's a very decent video.
Yeah. Anybody is tracking any other company that needs to be talked about?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was
So your voice is breaking. Were you trying to say something?
yeah, sorry, I was searching for that YouTube video,
Oh,
Tesla
okay.
bull case. So I just posted it in our group.
Oh, okay. That's good. Thanks.
I have one question about like in this market crashes, is there any like ETF where we can get like a stable returns of 5-6%, like in bonds or money market or something?
Oh, good that you asked this question. I have a comment to make, but not related to your question, but otherwise as well for bonds. So yeah, I mean, go ahead. Whoever wants to answer that question. The only thing I know, a couple of people actually send money back to India and put it in fixed deposits under their parents' names, and that's 6% right there.
Yeah, actually, it's not a bad idea if you see. Yeah.
Yeah, but CAD and INR has swinged so much in the past that the wrong timing, like now 55 or something like that, right? You devalue your money quite a bit.
Yeah, if you're not looking like so see we have an Indian blood, and I think many of us, though we are like 6-7 years in Canada, we would still like to go back to India. Like I don't know about other, but maybe in retirement I would like to go back to India. So yeah, if you have that perspective, then yeah, you can send say $1,000-$2,000 every year and keep it in fixed deposit in India. And
But the
easily,
inflation is high in India. I don't recommend investing there. Temporary is fine, I believe, but long term, don't leave it in India. Even if you are trying to go back, even if you
oh,
want
is
to go
it
back,
okay?
yeah, Vijay here.
Okay.
Yeah, even if you want to go back, keep all your money here. Let's say in RRSP account, and withdraw from here and then convert it. So that your money is safe, at least in Canadian or US dollar compared
Okay.
to rupees.
One question here, guys. So, like if you see Canadian dollar versus USD, right? It went down to 70 cents and now it's 76 cents US. So, considering the near-term volatility, right? Is it a good idea if a Canadian to USD comes to 80, hedge your position so you come out of the market, buy USD? Does it make sense? Just an open-ended question.
I mean, there are currency neutral funds, but I don't know, if it does. From what you just said, I don't believe I've, at least in the last 5-6 years that I've been here, been able to see. There's not much of a swing month to month. It is unidirectional. It's not like Indian currency that goes up and down quite a bit. That's what my take is. But yeah, there could be others who are tracking it more
I have a
frequently.
suggestion when we are talking about hedged, right? So I find this XQQ.TO, this ETF they say it's CAD hedged. I don't know what it exactly means, but maybe it's in favor of the Canadian dollar, right? So this fund you can try instead of QQQ. If you're worried about the volatility or the forex conversions in US dollar and Canadian dollar, maybe you can try this. I don't know how it helps, but it says CAD hedged, right? If you don't want to, maybe if you don't want to convert to US dollar, you don't like US dollar or whatever reason it is, I'm just saying. You can try this.
It's the other way around, Vijay. So
Okay.
what happens is, say for instance, you have investment in Canada, right?
Right.
And you see a market crash. So there will be dollar to CAD parity as well, which will swing the other way around, right?
Then
so
it's
right now,
good to buy the QQQ itself, I believe. If you are looking for the ETF, then it's good to invest in the QQQ itself in US dollar. So you're safe.
Okay.
But these guys say it is CAD hedged. I don't know what do they mean.
I have no belief in CAD going up. I'll be honest.
Oh,
I'm seeing in next 5 years it's going to 60 cents. So
yeah,
just keep your passport safer, Canadian passport, and then invest in US dollar. I think that's what everyone believes, I guess.
And take TN and work from home from here, right?
whatever works for you, based on your family position, kids' education situation.
Guys,
works best for you. Nice place to stay, and trust the US dollar.
So guys, have you heard about a term called Norbert's Gambit?
Yeah, I have heard.
When you want to buy and sell USD, right, or convert, right? You use that.
When you want to convert,
But I didn't find much difference, to be very honest, because I tried it a couple of times from TD Direct Investing, what they were offering in terms of rate and currency exchange, the final amount when I'm transferring, and I used the Norbert Gambit. I thought like the exchange rate which was offered by Direct Investing was better in both the cases. Yes.
Okay, and how about do you pay commission on your ETF buys in TD?
I would need to check that. I don't remember it because it's been a while I did that.
Okay, because
but I thought, question, Norbert Gambit is neutral. I mean, that's what I thought. Unless somebody's telling me no, it's not.
I also thought so, but when I did the transaction, it was around 2000 Canadian, and what I was offered at that day in TD direct investing in terms of the currency rate, right? Whatever the conversion was, and what I got in Northern Gambit. I need to pull up my statement. I don't remember it exactly, but it was definitely not what everybody expects. It was like the currency exchange was better in TD direct investing than Northern Gambit.
Okay.
Because
Also, Norbert's Gambit is basically it takes two days to settle DLR.to into
Yeah,
DLR.q.
then you have to call approximately
Yeah,
3 business days. So it's a hassle. If you like look
is
apple
little.
to apple, I would say I think nowadays the currency rates have like been a better bet, unlike 5 years back, right?
Mhm. So I wanted to ask one thing, like what do you guys do about it? So say for example, as we were speaking that we trust more of a USD than Canadian dollar. So do you guys, so whenever you want to trade in US dollars, do you convert your Canadian to USD permanently, or do you just make a USD.CAD trade and like, so how do you do it? Like, do you just convert permanently or?
so what I do is like I buy stocks in USD, and the Quested automatically converts that from CAD to USD. And anytime when I sell those USD stocks, it stays in USD. So next time when I buy, I don't need to pay conversion fees.
And that's one advantage of Questrade, where they
Yeah.
leave the US dollar as it is in the registered accounts.
So
Not
it's the
the market.
same. It's the same with TD direct investing in my TFSA.
Okay.
I have to transfer, but that stays in my US dollar TFSA. And I think US and Canada have a treaty. So you have a US TFSA, okay, and it will stay there, and it's non-taxable as well. So when you open a TFSA, it opens both Canadian and US in direct investing, TD direct investing. That's my
But
Has
yeah, but I
anybody
think
used?
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I think you
Yeah,
started
but
first. Sorry.
what happens is that if you have a US and Canadian TFSA in TD, what they do is, if say for example you sell shares in your US TFSA, and if you want to convert that currency or transfer that currency to your bank account, they first ask you to transfer it to your Canadian TFSA, and that
Honestly, I have kept the money in my US TFSA. I have not done US to CAD till date. I've done CAD to US and it stays there because any which ways, most of us do not track TSX any which ways. It's a garbage index, let's be honest. So yeah, like I have not done the other way around. Maybe somebody else can answer that question.
Okay, so the strategy you guys follow is convert Canadian to US and buy stocks in US.
Yeah, for me, what I do is I normally use the interactive brokers. So I transfer my Canadian dollars to interactive brokers. Then I buy a US dollar there. Once I buy US dollars, then I use that US dollar to buy US stocks.
Yeah, because the reason why I asked is because I also have both interactive brokers and Questrade. But in interactive brokers, you can do one more thing. Instead of just converting your Canadian to US dollars, you can buy USD.CAD. So you are basically doing a currency transaction.
Mhm.
And in return, so they'll take Canadian out of your account and they will give you US dollar, like whatever, whenever you trade, based on that, whatever rate is going on, they'll give you those currency in your account. So you have that open trade, forex trade, and then you also have US dollar in your account, and you can use that US dollar account to buy US stocks. And then whenever you want, you can close the forex trade. But before that, you will have to actually sell the US stocks, and then you can close the forex trade. So so the reason why I wanted to ask is basically, is it good to buy like once time convert it and forget about it? Or because right now, like I made a lot of profit in the stocks that I bought in US dollar, but my USD.CAD that has little loss. So that's why I'm thinking what should I do in the future? I'm not like still debating what to do.
I think if you believe in the US market and the stocks you have, right, it's going to give you returns. then permanently convert it in USD rather than like, because the currency, if you have trust in Canadian getting stronger, right, then also you're losing out if you see, right? So I would say stick to USD, get it converted once, have your profits there, rather than like it's kind of a hedging where you will lose out eventually somewhere, right?
Yeah, that's what happened in my case. Like I gain, I mean, I got profit when I bought USD stocks, like basically US stocks, but that currency trade went south.
So you cannot like float in two boats simultaneously. You have to decide either
Yes.
or, right? You are trying to outsmart the market.
No.
That's what you're trying
You
to
would
do.
have done it. You would have done it if you have done that trade in say 2014, 15. Yeah.
Yeah, when it
Then
was
you would
dollar
have
to
gained
dollar parity,
both
right?
sides.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was dollar to dollar parity. Then it's different, right? Now it's not.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Yeah.
is it is it everybody's understanding that the Norbert Gambit, as it says for Quest Trade, it should be only chargeable for $5 to $10 per conversion per se, and you get the same. I mean, there is no currency, conversion charge and so on. So for the whatever the banks charge, right? So there is a
Yes.
flat fee of $5 to $10, but it should not depreciate your amount for any conversion or any other charge per se. So I'm a little surprised that's not true.
Even same thing, that's what I've heard, like it only need to pay the ETF charges. That's what, we don't need to pay any conversion charges for not
Yes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. If you do it in Quest Trade, so you can buy ETF for free. So you bought DLR.to, right?
Yeah.
And then when you ask them to convert it to DLR.u.to, the prices will be different, right? For example, right now U.to is $10.11 and DLR2 is around $13 or $14.
Yeah. So if you do 2% of conversion for 10,000, it will $200 versus the Nobel Gambit. Probably you get charged $5-10, or somewhere around that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Only the commission that you will pay when you sell DLR.u.to.
Right.
Yeah.
I have one more
Um,
question. Like I have some funds like sitting idle in my TFSA and RSP. So like I want to invest somewhere where I can get like 3-4% returns, stable returns, like where my principal does not fall down in this current market situation.
3-4% will
so
be very tough. Yeah.
I mean, 3-4% is very tough, but look at the bonds market. So what I do, and this is back to the when I mentioned, I had a comment of what Vijay was mentioning. When there is a sell, you sell everything, but in some of our cases, I can't really sell that easily from my Westlife or Fidelity funds per se, because it's a big process. But you have to have another account, you have to cash out, do a transfer, and they have to pay transfer fees and so on and so forth. Because within Fidelity or Westlife, I cannot go to a cash option, right? So what I do is I figured out 3 or 4 bonds that make sense, and usually counter, have a track record of 2 or 3%, and I switch 2 bonds, and leave it there. Now, that's only to save the value of money, because the bonds market normally is inversely proportional to a stock market.
So Hit, do
Yeah.
you want to share like ticker symbols of what you use?
Um, I I
Not
don't
right
know if
now
I.
if you don't have, but you can share it on group.
Yeah, no. Probably I don't know if there is a ticker symbol, but yeah, I mean, I can because I'm talking about mutual funds in invested in the bond market, so I probably don't know bonds in the stock market per se, but yeah, of course, yeah. So what I'm trying to say is mutual funds have bonds in them, and bonds will have tickers. So yeah, I can share.
Okay. And Gaurav, to answer your question, you will, if you see the chart that Vijay has pulled in, you will lose you will get whatever yield 3.10%, but your basically ETF or value will go down definitely if market falls.
I
Right?
checked
Because
the
it's
expense
ETF.
ratio for equities
Yeah.
or QQQ. It's 0.2%, and this is a bit high on higher side, 0.7. Anything above 0.5% is high for ETF.
Yeah. So Gaurav, I think the safest bet is a fixed deposit. If you are thinking like in that.
No, but fixed deposit, we don't have anything like in TFSA, right?
Like if
So
you
I have,
so
so I
the
have
reason
some
why I
money in
said
my
that
TFSA.
the reason why I said that is because your question also said that my principal should not lose, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you have that condition, then I can't think of anything other than fixed deposit,
Yeah, this
which will give
bond
you
itself is
peanuts.
fine, I believe. This is a BOND. It's by PIMCO Active Bond Exchange. There might be more. We can find it. But just take an example. This is a 3 billion net assets, and it's giving a yield of 3%.
Right.
And the high is 112. When market crashes, it went to 102. I think it's not a big deal. You can
Not
go
bad.
with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Right?
Vijay, can you search CHB?
CHB, sure.
Yeah. So that's junk. Okay. CHB. Yeah.
First one, CHBH.
Oh no. Wait.
CHBTO.
Yes. Yeah.
Canadian. Yeah, Canadian.
Is
Hedge.
this the one that federal banks are buying now, junk bonds?
Yeah. This is junk. Okay. So it has its own risk, but look at the yield.
Yield 6%.
Yes.
Okay. What is junk bond?
Junk bond is basically say for example companies which are not AAA graded, like small companies.
Okay.
They can issue bonds, right? So this
Okay.
ETF basically buy bonds of junk companies or
Mhm.
basically small companies. Any of this name, for example first or second name, could go bankrupt today, and you basically that this ETF can get affected because of that, like value
Okay.
of that.
But then there is a risk of losing the capital in this one, right?
Yes. I mean it's ETF, so
Yeah.
yes,
You
any
you're
ETF
correct.
can go down, right?
Yeah. That's true.
But if you are looking for yield, yes. So it's
Yeah.
all like it's all check and balances. Basically, this may not.
Risk appetite, yeah.
It's high risk.
Yeah, this is high risk, but
High,
that's why it's giving you high yield.
high risk, high returns.
Yes, but if you look, okay, one of my friend, you know what he does? His strategy is maybe it's debatable, but he has interactive broker accounts and margin account. Okay, so in the margin account, on margin he buys this, and he doesn't care about the value, so he pay around 2 or 3% to interactive brokers every month. Say he buy around 100,000 200,000, okay, and the yield is 6%. So he is making the difference, and he doesn't care about, because his horizon is say 20-30 years, so he doesn't care whether what will happen to the bond value.
Yeah. Same on these grounds, because I'm thinking to on a longer term basis, is it good to invest in like ETFs like QQQ and SPY, because over the long term the index goes up. So based on the
Yes.
long term horizons, I think the good bets are
Yeah, that's what
ETFs like QQQ and SPY.
Yeah, that's what Vijay recommends. Basically, yeah, see, the biggest, like if you understand this statement that I'm going to make, I think it will change your life or thinking. Index is by design to keep only winners. Full stop. So, say there are talks going on that Tesla will be brought into S&P 500, right? Why there are talks? Because Tesla is doing good. So they will bring Tesla in SPY. Say 5 years down the line, Tesla is not doing good, they'll kick Tesla out. Because why? Because they want index to go up.
True.
Index, they do not want to keep losers. So they have strict criteria about earnings and market valuation, and in fact stock value as well. So yeah, so index is the safest investment that I think QQQ or SPY, or if you want IWM for Russell, or similarly there is one for Dow. But out of those,
DIA.
yeah.
Yeah.
So out of those four, you can buy anything, and I think that will be the safest bet.
Yeah, I think that the biggest point here is that it kind of self cleans itself.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we are end of this meeting. We have 7 more minutes. What should we do? So we'll end this meeting with this session. It'll turn off automatically in 7 minutes.
Yeah, I think I'd have to drop off. I've got
Sure.
something else to
Okay.
pick up. But
We can
yeah.
post the questions in the group. We can pick it up for next week, or we can answer immediately. Anyone can answer. So
Yeah.
we can be here for another 5 minutes if you want. If anyone wants.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually put the multi-sector bond that I'm invested in, and I did that, after I recovered from the crash in March, and back to the Jan level. I kind of switched everything into without having any other means of judging where the market was going. I said, okay, I'm gonna exit the market in readiness to a fall. So I switched to 80-20, meaning 80% in bonds, 20% in the stock market or active or high risk mutual funds. But again, I mean, that was not knowing there is an uptrend, right? But anyways, so bottom line is I figured out 2 or 3 funds in for RRSP where I cannot exit from that company per se, and I switched to those bonds. These are fairly low risk, low returns bonds. And I think bonds are actually more of fixed deposits. I mean, they're equal to fixed deposits because it's basically loans taken by companies, and they promise a certain fixed percentage in return over a period of time.
Yeah, but I would like to differ a little bit on that. Yes, you are right. But the thing is, it also depends what bond you are buying. Like, for example, this CHB is junk companies. They can go bankrupt. If all those companies goes bankrupt, this ETF will go to zero.
Yeah. So when you look at a bond, then you need to look at the credit quality. One of the screenshots that I sent.
Yeah.
So AAA, AA.
Yes,
A,
exactly. Yeah.
Triple B.
But then there are bond. I think it's called ZAG. If you go to ZAG, so ZAG is all, I think, Canadian bond, but I think their main holding is government and municipalities across Canada. So yeah, if you are looking for more safety, I think ZAG is much better. And yeah, if you are willing to take risk, this CHP.
I'm not really sure whoever asked that question, but the more, I was thinking the same back, when I didn't have all the information from this group, because you're kind of blindsided of what and how the market is trending and how, actual fundamentals are moving. So if you believe the market is crashing just because of one odd news, then yes, you want to put it in a fixed deposit. But if you look at how the market is going out, it's a missed opportunity. If you don't take, if you don't ride the wave, as they say it.
Yeah, and I hope we are all under 40, 45. So yes, that's true. Yes.
Yeah, we have still a lot of room to ride the waves.
Yeah. But if you are at 60, yeah.
Anyone planning for early retirement?
I think Vijay is definitely trying, and Sunil as well.
Who will not like?
No, there will be
I
people
think
out to
I missed
work.
that.
So we can plan as long as we see those returns, right? Then the planning will forget planning. We'll jump onto retirement. Who
Yes.
plans when you have money, right?
Right. We are in the planning stage, so let's see how we are after 5 years, 10 years. Let's see where we are.
Yeah, that's true.
Once you have vitamin M in your account, there is no planning. Just jump, man.
Yeah.
On a side note, one of my buddies on the October 9th Loto 649 draws, he was a DBA, Sri Lankan guy. Subramaniam J. Kumaran won a 25 million lottery. So that's how the planning goes, right?
Okay.
Never played lottery.
Uh-huh.
The team manager goes on leave. Nobody wants to buy a lottery. He goes and buys. He stays in Melton. Single guy, 42 years old. He's retired. And we are on the call. So that's how life is.
Wow.
So he's the manager and he got a lottery.
No. He was a DBA. He was driving the Sonata 2 years back, which was not worth garbage. Okay. He bought a BMW X5 last year in April.
Right.
October 9th, his life changed.
Right. Because of the lottery. And he's still working, right? That's what
No. He showed his middle finger on October 12th and walked out of the building. Come on, man.
So did he invest it the right way? That's the question. How did he invest it?
After that, see, he's hiding because he is afraid of his life.
Yeah.
So he has been to Australia with his family. Right
Okay.
now he's in Australia. So yeah, he occasionally comes to meet the team and like we have talk. But in terms of investment, he's like, no, I have 2 houses.
Okay.
I'm single. I don't want to explore stock market. I'm okay with it.
Right.
25 million is too much to play around, right?
Good.
Just
That's
forget
good for
about it.
Yeah.
Who
So-
plays in lottery nowadays?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What?
Who buys lottery tickets?
I
Many
don't.
people do. That's how Lodomax and OLG work, man. Come on.
I do not believe in lottery tickets.
I never believed, but I worked with him and I got a call. I left that organization in September. My colleagues called me and they were like, dude, can you believe this?
Yeah, exactly.
They
But
shared me the article.
Yeah, but if you see, like, again, I'm maybe going into philosophy, but even math of the lottery, it's always against you.
Guys, we just have 1 more minute left. We can continue this thing in WhatsApp group if you want. You can send a voice message in WhatsApp group if you're comfortable. We can continue the discussion there if you want.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you,
we
guys.
we
Thank
can
you.
continue next week. And
Next
yeah,
week, sure.
it was nice.
Yeah, this is a good. This was a good discussion. I think we should continue having this, and Vijay, thanks for taking the initiative to actually put
Sure.
this together.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
Saturday 3
thank
p.m.
you.
we can have. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah, stay
All
in
the
touch
best.
in the group, guys. We can have a
Okay.
call like this every week. Thank you. Bye.
Sure. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.